Imagine a government so broken, it sends unemployment checks to people who haven't even been born yet. Elon Musk just exposed how deep the rot goes. And it's worse than you think. He's not speculating, he's quoting official reports. Billions of dollars, gone. Vanishing into a black hole of fraud and incompetence. One example? Unemployment checks sent to dead people, or worse, the people who don't even exist. That's not science fiction. That's government accounting in 2024. And if you think it ends there, you're in for a shock. This is the story of how the US government is wasting over $150 billion every single year, and why Elon Musk says the system is rotting from within. During a recent conference, Musk didn't hold back. He claimed the government is hemorrhaging money through fraud, outdated systems, and sheer laziness. Not by a few million, but by $150 billion. Every year. That's more than the annual budgets of entire federal departments combined. And here's the kicker. Most of that money isn't lost in secret military projects or backroom deals. It's just wasted. Because the system is too bloated to function properly. If that sounds like an exaggeration, just wait. Because what Musk exposed next is truly mind-blowing.
To your fantastic leadership, this amazing cabinet, and the very talented Doge team, I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. And I mean, and some of it is just absurd. Like people getting unemployment insurance who haven't been born yet. I mean, I think anyone can appreciate whether. I mean, come on, that's just crazy. Some of these things. People ask me, like, well, how are you going to find waste and fraud in the government? I'm like, well, actually just go in any direction. That's how you find it. It's very common. it's, as the military would say, target-rich environment. So I think we're doing a lot of good in excellent collaboration with the cabinet to achieve these savings, and it will actually result in better services for the American people, and that we're going to be spending their tax dollars in a way that is sensible and fair and good.
And your people are fantastic. In fact, hopefully they'll stay around for the long haul. We'd like to keep as many as we can. They're great, smart, sharp, right? Finding things that nobody would have thought of. Very computer savvy.
So where is that $150 billion figure coming from? This isn't Elon Musk guessing. It's backed by data from the US Government Accountability Office and multiple Inspector General reports. What they call improper payments. Musk calls insanity. Unemployment checks going to people who already died. Health benefits paid out to people who were never eligible. And tax credits claimed by people using fake social security numbers. According to the GAO, agencies like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and unemployment insurance are the biggest offenders. These programs account for the lion's share of improper payments. And it's not just a rounding error. We're talking tens of billions of dollars per program. In fact, the Department of Labor reported that in 2020, it paid out over $36 billion in fraudulent unemployment claims alone. That's just one department. In 1 year. How did this happen? Part of the blame goes to outdated systems. Many agencies are still using technology from the 1970s and 80s. They're not built to detect fraud in real time. And when a system this big and slow is left unchecked, fraud becomes inevitable. But this isn't just about broken software. It's about a culture that accepts failure and expects no consequences. That's the real danger Musk is warning about. Not just bad accounting, but a decaying system that no longer works.
We would say target-rich environment.
Now, let's talk about the way Musk delivered this message. He wasn't angry, he wasn't dramatic, he was sarcastic. Brutally sarcastic. It's a target-rich environment. Just go in any direction, and you'll find waste. He said, that's not just a clever line, that's a direct hit at how widespread the problem really is. Imagine treating government inefficiency like a battlefield. Everywhere you look, waste, fraud, mismanagement, and Musk is standing in the middle of it, pointing in every direction saying, but it's also deadly serious. This isn't about politics. Musk wasn't attacking Democrats or Republicans. He was attacking the system, the bureaucracy, the bloat, the failure to evolve. And here's what makes it worse. These numbers don't come from whistleblowers or leaks. They come from the government itself. The Office of Management and Budget openly admitted that over $247 billion in improper payments were made in a single year. Let that sink in. That's more than the annual GDP of over 140 countries. Gone to fraud, clerical errors, and complete dysfunction. Musk isn't saying anything new, he's just saying it louder and funnier than most people are willing to. And maybe that's why it's finally getting attention, because sometimes the only way to expose absurdity is with even greater absurdity.
I'm just here trying to make government more efficient, eliminate waste and fraud, and so far we're making good progress, actually. So our savings at this point exceed $4 billion a day. Mm-hmm. So it's very significant.
You think you'll wind up getting to $1 trillion?
Yeah.
Of savings?
I mean, unless we're stopped, we will get to $1 trillion of savings.
And that stuff can be translated. I mean, we've been talking, we had Russell Vogt, the OMB director, on earlier, through very rescission authority, impoundment authority. But I believe you said it earlier, it's an audit that will not gather dust on shelves. This is actually going to wind up with real savings, bend the spending baseline down.
Yeah.
Let's break down some of the most insane examples of government waste, all verified. In California, a man created dozens of fake identities and filed unemployment claims using the names of actual prison inmates. He collected millions before he was caught, and no one noticed. In another case, the Social Security Administration kept sending checks to a woman who'd been dead for over 40 years. Then there's the 2021 COVID relief scandal. Fraudsters used bots to mass apply for loans under fake businesses, fake names, and fake addresses. Billions were stolen before the system realized anything was wrong. Some of these scams were so obvious. One address in Michigan was listed as the headquarters of 300 different businesses, all collecting aid. It would be hilarious if it wasn't our money. These aren't rare cases. They're part of a pattern. And when you have a government that pays out billions without verification, this is what happens. The system was built for a different era, before mass automation, before synthetic IDs, before AI-generated scams, and now it can't keep up. Which is exactly why Musk is raising the alarm. He's not just talking about fraud, because if nobody's watching the money, then nobody's in charge.
If we're to achieve a $1 trillion deficit reduction in financial year 2026, it requires saving $4 billion per day, every day, from now through the end of September. But we can do it, and we will do it.
So now that the problem is clear, the big question becomes, can it be fixed? According to Musk, yes, but only if we stop pretending everything's fine. He argues that advanced tech, real-time audits, and transparent tracking can help plug the leaks. Smart contracts, blockchain-based systems, AI fraud detection, these aren't sci-fi ideas. They're available now, but that's only part of the solution. What we also need is accountability. Government agencies that waste taxpayer money should face consequences. Not just bad press, but budget cuts, firings, investigations. Right now, there's no incentive to stop the waste. Nobody's career is ruined. Nobody's department gets shut down. It's a cycle of failure, with no penalty. That's why whistleblowers matter. People inside the system who see the waste and have the courage to speak up, but most don't. Why? Because they fear retaliation, or worse, they just assume nothing will change. And that's the cultural shift Musk is calling for. A government that actually works and holds itself accountable, not just one that throws more money at broken programs and hopes for the best. Fixing the system will be hard, but the alternative is total decay, because a government that can't track its own money won't survive the next crisis. This story isn't just about money. It's about trust. When a government loses track of $150 billion a year, what else is it losing? Confidence, legitimacy, credibility. And that's where things get dangerous. They stop believing, they stop voting, and suddenly, the only ones left running the system are the ones who benefit from the chaos. Musk is warning us about more than bad budgeting. He's warning us about apathy, because the moment we stop caring, the system becomes unfixable. So why now? Why is Musk making this public now? Simple. Because things are breaking faster than ever. We're approaching a point where government waste isn't just an annoyance. It's a threat to national stability, and once we cross that line, it's not easy to go back. So what's the takeaway? Whether you love Elon Musk or not, he's right about one thing. The system is bleeding out, and the people paying the price are you and me. Every wasted dollar could have gone to education, or healthcare, or infrastructure. Instead, it disappears into a black hole of corruption, incompetence, and indifference. It doesn't matter if you're left-wing, right-wing, or completely apolitical. This affects everyone, because when the government loses control of its own money, it loses control of everything else. So what can you do? Start by paying attention. Read the reports. Follow the money. Call out waste when you see it. And if enough people do that, maybe, just maybe, we'll see change. Musk started the conversation. Now it's up to the rest of us to finish it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, like and share it, because exposing the truth is the first step toward fixing it.